So I'm Mark, I'm one of the registrars for the Children's Hospital. It's night number 4, so if I look a bit tired or mumbling today, you'll have to forgive me. We're on the way to do our oncology nighttime discussion with the consultant, our little nighttime huddle, which here we do a bit of a telephone virtual huddle because the consultant's obviously at home at this time. It's our chance to clear up any problems. There are a couple of children I want to ask about tonight, and we'll find out if the nursing staff are worried about any more on the ward when we get there. We do it this way because we have lots of other little handovers for the different specialities here, but the oncology ward obviously have quite poorly children with potentially high scores, and it's nice for us to catch up with the nursing team as to whether there's anything going on, so we'll go in there now. We're on E39 now. I've got Ishmael, our SHO, with us, and our nurse in charge, Juicy, and we're just going to see if we can get the boss on the phone, but she knows that I'm about to call, so this time we will get her first time round.
Sophie speaking.
Hi Sophie, it's Mark here.
Hi Mark.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, you alright?
Yeah, I'm sorry to disturb you before bedtime.
No, it's alright, it's always better before than after.
There's 2 patients with early warning scores that are elevated tonight to talk about. One, Josie, our nurse in charge, who sat next to me, is a little bit worried about. And then one that I've got questions on, and I know Ishmael has some bloods that he wants to talk to you about. So if we can just cover those quickly in the next 5 minutes, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course it is.
My first question, a relatively simple one for you. You know Sky, our 14-year-old girl who's got AML. She follows her second cycle. So she's in at the moment and on her recovery, but she's had a little bit of febrile neutropenia for the last 24 hours, and her blood showed a haemoglobin of 64.
Right.
She was planned for a transfusion today during the day. They felt that was necessary, and due to access problems and getting the blood up, it didn't happen during the day.
Okay.
She's been a bit tachycardic even in the absence of fever. I just want to be clear whether you want the transfusion to be given overnight for this patient, or whether you'd prefer it to be given in the morning.
So she's been spiking a bit certainly earlier on today, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And she's a bit tachycardic. I mean, generally it's nice not to do it out of hours, but if she's a bit unwell and her haemoglobin's 64, it's probably sensible to top her up overnight, particularly if we've got the blood. So as long as the nursing staff are happy, if that alright with you, Josie, then I think we should do it. And just the only other thing to flag up, you know she needs irradiated blood products. So she's high risk, so she's had fludarabine. So the flag will be in the lab, so I'm sure it'll be fine, but just make sure she's got irradiated
So we need
products.
to make sure they're irradiated, the ones that
are
right. The blood is up here now, so we'll go and check after this.
Okay, thanks.
And then the first one that I was asked to see when I came on this evening was an early warning score of 10. It's for Harry, 6-year-old boy with ALL. He's in the consolidation part of his treatment, and he's being treated for febrile neutropenia. I have to say, I think he's very well. He looks snotty, he's quite tachycardic and tachypneic, but only with the fever, and his blood pressure is good and his capillary refill is okay. He's only been on the first line antibiotics for 24 hours. We've not even reached the 24-hour mark. I'd like to stick as we are whilst he remains hemodynamically stable. Is that okay?
Yeah, so he's clinically well and hot and snotty.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, as long as you're happy with him, leave him as is. Given that he's spiked again when the nursing staff accesses lines to do some antibiotics, it's probably worth culturing him again. And Josie, I suspect he's already had a throat swab or MPA sent off, but if he hasn't had one gone, can we make sure one goes off tomorrow morning looking for respiratory viruses, because I suspect he's got a cold or something similar.
Yeah, we will.
And from my point of view, I'd like to know overnight, certainly if his blood pressure becomes unstable, or if his capillary refill, or if you're worried, so let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. If that changes, then you should consider giving him staph to gentamicin. But if he's hot and well, then just sit tight. I fully agree with that.
Then Josie just mentioned to me when I got here, Edward, the 17-year-old. Josie, I don't know if you want to tell Sophie, because you've not been too happy with him.
Yeah, I'm just not happy with him. It's not neutropenic, but he's still spiking temperatures.
Right.
But I'm just not happy.
He's got the really bad mouth as well, Sophie.
Yeah, so he's a lad with nasopharyngeal carcinoma, isn't he? And he's got awful mucositis for radiotherapy and chemotherapy. So in what way are you not happy with him, Josie?
I just feel that he's not right. I'm just not happy, especially with the temperatures being so high.
Because he's not neutropenic, whether he's not on anything at the moment.
Yeah, and what's he spiked to?
39.5.
And blood pressure and pulse rate, are they okay?
They've been okay.
And he's on TPN, isn't he? So he shouldn't be volume depleted. It's a difficult one, but he's got awful mucositis, and he's probably at relatively high risk of, organism translocation because of his mucous membrane. So if you're not happy, I think it's probably prudent to cover him for that. So why don't you culture him and put him on Tazocin and Teicoplanin, because that should cover the organisms that you can get problems with following bad mucositis, and he really has got an appalling mouth. So yeah.
And I'll review him later in the night now that I know about him, just to make sure.
And obviously let me know if he deteriorates.
Yeah.
But I think it's prudent to cover him even though he has got neutrophils.
Okay. And then Ishmael, you.
Yeah, I would like to talk about Keaton, the 7-year-old girl with abdominal Burkitt lymphoma, she's currently in induction and she's receiving prednisolone, and we're doing hemolysis bloods. I'm not sure about the results, how to act upon it. I mean, the phosphate is 2.2, the adjusted calcium is 1.7, the urea is 1.3, and the potassium is 4.5. And he's currently on 3 litre per meter square, which is on his blood surface area is 125 ml per hour, and she's getting 100 ml per hour of urine output.
Okay, and she only started prednisolone about 18 hours ago, didn't she? So she's really early on, is that right?
Exactly.
And her creatinines remain normal, so I think it was about 18 when I left. Is that still?
Yeah, it's
exactly.
fine.
Exactly.
Her kidneys are holding up very nicely.
Lovely. So yeah, absolutely, they're slightly abnormal, and I'm not surprised she's showing a bit of lysis, given the bulk of disease she's got. She's got quite big kidney disease, I'm actually quite relieved her urea and creatinine are remaining normal. Is she clinically well, so she's not symptomatic from a hypocalcemia?
No, she looks fine, no problem.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for letting me know, but don't do anything about it. She should be alright with a calcium of 1.7.
So Sophie, sorry to interrupt. If Ishmael had spoken to me about that, I'd have said, oh, that's a bit low, and we should probably think about correcting the calcium. So you don't do that in these patients?
No, just because there's a risk that if you then give them additional calcium, they might get some crystalline deposits in the kidneys and cause more problems. So, so absolutely, so thanks for flagging it up. But unless she is symptomatic, then don't do anything about it.
So the only two elevated early warning scores we've discussed, Harry and Edward, and we've got clear plans for those. Any others you're worried about, Josie?
No.
So it was just Edward.
Just Edward.
And then I think Ishmael, no one else that you're
I think that was very clear, thank you very much.
We've got none that are immediately post-op and none on unusual treatments for this ward. Obviously all the treatments that you guys use are unusual to me, but for the most part there's nothing
no concerns about, I know you're on AWL, but no concerns about the outliers. You haven't had anything else flagged up to you as a member or anything like that?
No, nothing at all. So thank you for your help.
No,
try not to bother you over
Give me a
that.
call if you've got any problems overnight. I'll see you in the morning.
Lovely, thank you, bye-bye.